evening and welcome to the Drive Home Show. We need to get a new opening, a real, like an official type opening for the drive home. I'm going to talk a little bit louder today because, just to be honest with you, yesterday I feel like yesterday's show was kind of dull and monotone and boring. So today we're going to be more exciting fullness. We're driving home on the drive home. You got it. It's 5:38 p.m. and it's 32 degrees. It's partly clear skies. It's not sunny because the sun is already set in the west. It's dark out. It's dark out. Put on your headlights for the drive home. Today was a super busy day at work. We don't talk about the work issues, but we do talk about that it was super busy and all that kind of stuff. We're also not going to try not to report on what other drivers are doing, unless we're doing a traffic report. It's Thursday. Today's the day that The Wiz Live is on TV. We got a star-studded lineup. We got David Allen Greer as one of the Tin Man or the Lion. I think he's the Lion, Cowardly Lion. We got Mary J. Blige as somebody. We got, I believe it's Shanice Williams as Dorothy. And Queen Latifah as the Wiz. There's some more people in it because obviously there's got to be like Scarecrow and a Tin Man and a Toto. We gotta need a Toto. We gotta need a Wicked Witch. We gotta need a Good Witch. And we got to need some munchkins. Well, actually, now we're talking about the Wiz. I don't know, were there munchkins in the Wiz? I don't know. That's one for the trivia buffs out there. There were munchkins in the actual Wizard of Oz, but this is the Wiz. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll have our statistician check that one out. Hey, Ralph, you want to check that out? Check out if there are munchkins in the Wiz. Still waiting for the heat. Well, there is heat in the car, but there's still a bit of cold, a little edge of coldness, like in the car. The edges of the outskirts of the edges of the car have not. The heat has not reached them yet, so it's a little bit chilly there. 32 degrees if I hadn't seen it before. We're getting 26.7 miles to the gallon on the gas gauge. Twins, I don't know if I reported this on yesterday. Twins signed Byung-Ho Park, Korean slugger. I know I mentioned him before. They had won the rights to negotiate with him, and now they've signed him to. I don't know the numbers of the contract. There's millions of dollars in there. That's what they're talking about. So make sure you go out to the ball game next year and see Byung-Ho Park and Miguel Sano crush the ball. And we got Joe Mauer. Let's look at next year's team, shall we? See who we got. We got our slugger Joe Mauer at first base, our $20 million guy. Why are they? Okay. We're not supposed to comment, but sometimes people are just morons. If you hear the blinker, then you know that something is up. Because I'm going straight. All right, we got Joe Mauer at first base, $1 million slugger. I think he batted about 260 with 9 or 10 home runs and 70 some RBIs. That's $1 million slugger for you. They're going to have second base. We're going to have Brian Dozier, our real slugger, with 27 home runs. Led the team. Shortstop, we got a hole there. Not sure what we're going to do there. Now, at the beginning of the season, Danny Santana started there, and it just wasn't hitting as he did in his previous rookie year when he batted over 300. Had a little bit of trouble at the plate. So they sent him down to work on his hitting, and while they did that, they put Eduardo Escobar in there. Did a fine job. He did a fine job. Over at third base will be Trevor Plouffe. There it is. And he had a good 20. He had 22 homers. He batted around I want to say 270, but I think that's a little high. I don't think he got that high. I think it's more in the 250 range. And he had like 80 some RBIs. That rounds out your infield. The catcher is going to be, we got Kurt Suzuki, the seasoned veteran, and we also have the guy from the Yankees. He's got 3 first names, like John Murphy, something, John Allen Murphy, or something like that. He's going to compete with Kurt Suzuki for the starting catcher spot. Yeah, we're trying to get up to 45 miles per hour on McKnight Road, but it's hard. It's hard. As we spy out some Christmas light houses, saw a couple of them hiding back in the. Oh, you're serious, aren't you? You're seriously gonna cut in front of me? Yeah. Okay. Wow. So let's go to the outfield then. Twins lost Torrey Hunter to retirement. And they lost Aaron Hicks to a trade to the New York Yankees. Just a little editorial comment on that trade. I'm not sure that was a good trade for the Yankees. From Aaron Hicks's history, he came up with, he was a top draft pick, and he had all kind of, what do you call them, their acolytes saying he's going to be next superstar and all that. And then, he struggled profusely at the plate. Well, this year he had a hot streak where he was actually up to over 300 for batting average, but then he dropped back down. I think he finished around 250, with 246 is my guess, but that's a marked improvement. But I think with all of the media coverage of the New York press and all that stuff, and all the expectations and all the Yankee fans, I think he's going to take a step backwards. I think he's just going to take a step backwards. He's going to buckle under the pressure. I think that he will. I hope he does well. No hard feelings. He was a good player. I didn't want him to be traded. He didn't ask to be traded, so you can't hold that against him. So we lost Torrey and Aaron. So now that leaves us with Eddie Rosario. Fine rookie year for Eddie Rosario, and Byron Buxton, who was a rookie, and he didn't seem to hit his stride. He had a few good games. He had his first major league home run, but I think he was batting under 200. So he's gonna have to learn quickly. Now I hear that with the signing of Young Ho Park, who is a first baseman and a DH, I hear that they're going to move Miguel Sano to the outfield, so that would be another outfielder. Remains to be seen how he'll do. Well, we're still going to need like a utility outfielder. I mean, a fourth outfielder guy that can chase the balls. How did hitting the balls go? That's from Benchwarmers. I had to stop and think of the line for a few minutes there. That's Howie from the Benchwarmers. How did hitting the balls go? He was a guy who's afraid of the sun, played by Nick Swartzen, who went to high school with my brother-in-law Eric Cates. So that's a little connection there. How did hitting the balls go? And so we need an outfielder. We need another outfielder. We got this Max Kepler guy. He won the minor league batting title. I don't know if it was AAA. I think it was AA. So hopefully he can do good. He can do good things. Who else? I think they pulled a outfielder off waivers from the Mariners. Can't remember his name, but I don't know how good he is. Gotta have my scouts look into that one. Hey, Ralph, you want to check on that? Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna go on record as saying might happen. There's two scenarios for Eddie Rosario. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to rhyme. But there's two things that I see could happen. Oh, well, another thing, as I just recalled, they could use Danny Santana in outfield as well. He played outfield 2 seasons ago. So here's what I think might happen. I think they might trade Trevor Plouffe, and that would open up third base for Miguel Sano. We hear that there are a few teams interested in Trevor Plouffe, one of them being the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in California, and they have got some pitching that they might be willing to part with. So we need pitching. Another thing that I've not heard speculated, but what I've thought personally in my own brain is that Trevor Plouffe was drafted as a shortstop. He was the #1 draft pick a few years back, and he was a shortstop. And he moved over to third base, and I don't know why, but he did. And he got pretty good there. So I'm thinking you might see him move to shortstop and then have Sano at third if the outfield thing doesn't work out. So I'm just saying. So let's look at our pitching staff. Our pitching staff is going to be, we got Phil Hughes for our starting pitchers. We got Phil Hughes. We got Irvin Santana's. We got Kyle Gibson's. We got Ricky Nolasco's. And we got this Tyler Duffy guy. He did really well there. And there's one more that, we had Trevor May, who went to the bullpen and did pretty well. There was another starter. Oh, Tommy Malone. Did we let go of Tommy Malone? I can't remember. But I think we need to keep hold of Tommy Malone. We're going to need left-handed starters. So he's a lefty. I'm not sure if Ricky Nolasco is going to be a good starter. We paid him a lot of money. So you kind of want to probably got to give him a shot so that they don't waste their money, but I don't know. Well, that remains to be seen how he's going to do. Now for our bullpen, we've got Clint Perkins, who had some health problems, arm problems, back problems. We have Kevin Jepson, and who else was in our bowl? Oh, they're talking about this Barrios, Barreras, can't remember. He was supposed to be real good, and I think they got him probably being a starter. I want to say Barrios. But he has not pitched in the major leagues yet. I can't even remember some of the other. We had Dunsing. We had Pelfrey. Pelfrey was another starter, but I think they're going to let him go. I was rooting for him. He did really well at the beginning of the year. He was like 5-0 or something, and nobody could hit him. And then he just kind of fell apart. Then he did okay, but then he never won another game. I think it was 5-6 or 5-7 or something. He pitched well, but never got the win. Had to come out early and couldn't qualify for the win or something like that. I don't know. So we need to get some more, solid pitching. I hate to say it, but Kansas City pitching, their bullpen was lights out. That's what kind of bullpen we need. I'm real sick and tired of hearing about Kansas City's bullpen. So that's the Twins analysis. That's the Twins analysis for next year. You heard it here first. Well, what else can we talk about? Let's name a topic. We talked about the Wiz being on. We talked about the Twins being on. Yesterday there was another shooting. Whatever it is. It is what it is. It turned out to be, three gunmen shooting people, and then they fled, and then the cops were chasing them, and they had three suspects, and then they found the black SUV, and they started shooting, and they had 18 officers shooting at 2 people, both killed them both. Turns out that they were husband and wife. The guy was from Pakistan. That's what I read, and I'm not sure where his wife was from. But she had like a Middle East name. They it was at a Christmas party at the work, at the husband's workplace. He sat there not speaking much, and then left. So what he did there, he went home, gets his wife, and they come back and start shooting up the place. And they're saying it was premeditated, pre-planned, because I don't think you just have guns sitting around, guns and bombs sitting around your house where like, hey, I'm mad, let's go shoot up everybody without a plan. Okay. So definitely they had it planned out. And they carried out their plan. They killed 14 people, injured 17. And they were killed. But they have a baby. That's the sad thing. They have a child that they brought to the grandfather, the child's grandparents, saying they had a doctor appointment. So now the child is like, Mom and Dad are dead. Guess I'm living with Grandma and Grandpa. So, and then I don't know who the third suspect is, who they're talking about that is. I don't know, man. You're going too slow, dude. So, that's the latest. That's what I heard. And just pray for the families of the victims, because that's not that's a tragic situation to be in. Your family member is killed 3 weeks before Christmas. At a Christmas party at work. You should be safe. You should be safe at work. You should have Christmas parties freely without worry of being killed. What's this world coming to? And on that note, I was watching some videos about the 9/11 attacks. Very interesting. Food for thought. I did not investigate it much further, but there's people that think that it was planned by the government or things like that, and tried to be covered up. First of all, there's the World Trade Center didn't have just 2 towers, right? They had like 7 or more. One of them, it wasn't a very tall tower. It was maybe, 6 or 7 floors, or maybe 8, maybe 9, possibly 9.5. But and so they show like the 2 towers collapsing, and they show that this one was not hit. Maybe it had a little bit of debris, but they showed it cleared it survived the collapse of the other 2 with minimal damage, right? But then they reported that one collapsed too. And this video that I watched, they showed a picture of the reporter reporting that it collapsed while it's already standing up in the background. I mean, you can see it not collapsed in the background, and they reported it collapsed, and then it collapsed shortly thereafter that. And that was like the one with all the secrets, all the military secrets or something. I don't know. Watch the video if you really want to know. Then when they cleaned up the debris, they cleaned that one up first, and all the secrets disappeared somehow. They were destroyed or something. Then the other videos show that they show frame by frame pictures of the planes that crashed into the towers there, and you can see like a flash of spark of fire, before the plane hit the building. You can see the shadow of the plane cast onto the building. It had not hit it yet, but you see a flame of fire, and then it crashes into the building. So both planes And then another picture showed like there's something on the undercroft of the plane, on the belly of the plane that's not there on a regular plane. They showed like two pictures. Here's one of the plane that crashed into the Trade Center, and here's one of the regular plane, and they're different. So something was mounted on the belly of the plane that went into the World Trade Center. And they were like, the terrorists couldn't have done that if it was a commercial, plane that people travel on, and it would have not passed the inspection before it took off. So they think it was like a missile launched into the building right before it hit. I don't know. They have their speculations. I don't know how true that is. All I know is the video that they showed, which could have been doctored. I don't know. It wasn't doctored. So yeah, that's kind of like, that's interesting. Something to think about. What's this world coming to? What is this world coming to? Christmas show is this weekend. You don't want to miss it. I talked about that yesterday. So, today we're going to talk about... Ow, my beard hurts. Dang. That's one thing about having a beard. Beard hairs get caught on your shirt collars and stuff, or your zipper of your coat and stuff, and then it pulls, and that sucker hurts, man. That just hurts. So, what we're going to talk about, we're going to start a new something, a new something of our show, a new portion of our show, a new special segment of our show called Remember That Video Game. Yes. And today's video game on our new segment, Remember That Video Game, is called Make Trax. Do you remember that video game, Make Trax? Now, this one was an obvious copycat game of Pac-Man. But don't be mad at that. There were lots of copycat games of Pac-Man. Pac-Man set the bar for the copycat games. If there was ever a game that set the bar for copycat games, it was Pac-Man. In Make Trax, you wander around a maze. I believe you're a paintbrush, and you're trying to paint the path all a certain color. It could be green, it could be orange, it could be yellow, it could be pink. But you paint the path, and you're not allowed to advance to the next round until you paint the entire maze. Now, just when you think you're about done, well, of course, there's got to be an opponent, right? Come on, you just paint the thing leisurely for fun? No. You got to have an opponent. Pac-Man has an opponent. It has those four ghosts. So Make Trax has an opponent too, and I don't know what it is. It's something chasing you. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. It's like paintbrushes or something. I don't know. It's something. Something chasing you around trying to catch you. And so you got to avoid that, but still paint the maze. I paused there because a bus just cut me off. So, yeah, and then just when you think you're just about done with the maze painting, boom, a cat walks on your path and starts making footprints in your paint. In your nicely fresh painted path, it starts making footprints. And then you gotta paint it all over again. That just aggravates the crap out of me when that happens. And then there's also this paint roller thing in the middle. If you approach it from the right direction, it will paint over very fastly. It'll very fastly paint over whatever is in its path. So if you get the things that are chasing you, to come behind you, then you cross over this paint roller thing, and then you reverse direction very quickly. It will paint over these things that are chasing you and knock them out, and then you get big points. So that's one way to get rid of those things. But then they come back. They always come back. They always come back. My high score in this Make Trax game was 10,785. 10,785. Why is the cars line like way all the way back? That's not good. That's not good. So yeah, my high score of Make Trax was 10,785. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But that's the game. That is the remember that video game of today's segment. Make Trax. Wonderful, wonderful game. Appeals to boys and girls. It's not just a shoot 'em up space game for boys, and it's not a little flowery petal Barbie doll game only for girls. It's a unisex game for boys and girls. Both boys and girls can play it. Girls can play it because it paints the path pink sometimes. Boys can play it because there's killing of things and painting. What? Passing a bus that's emitting toxic fumes. Why do buses emit toxic fumes? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I'm off for 4 days. 4 days off. 4 days off. Fridays off, Saturdays off, Sundays off, and Mondays off. And then I go back to work on Tuesday. And I work Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. But I really should have only worked Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. And then I should have been off Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. But since, I'm getting overtime on Friday and Saturday, so I'm making like time and a half for those days. So just working them 2 days is going to be like $700. So that's Christmas shopping money there. Plus I'm using them, that PTO stuff. That's PTO stuff where you just get paid for free. It's like paid time off. They give you 6 hours for every pay period. So that would be 12 hours a month. Wait a second now. Hold up. Let's think about this here. 6 hours a pay period. 12 hours a month. 12 months a year. That's like 144 hours of pay periods. So that's 104. Really? Wait, is that right? 12 times 12 is 144. So that's 40 hours in a week. So that's like 3.5 weeks of free pay period. Free pay. 3.5 weeks of pay. Plus, I heard that we get a Christmas bonus. Yeah, Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus. Christmas bonus. Yeah. Yep. They said you get $100 for every year you've been with LCI. I've been with LCI a year and 3-4 months. So they said, well, they'll probably give you 200. I don't know. I'll be happy with 100. I'll be happy with 200. I would be happy with 300. But I'll be happy. Whatever they give me, I'll be happy. Whatever they give me, I'll be happy with it. I'm told. I forgot what I was going to say because I'm driving. I'm told. What I said. I'm told. Okay, I'll be happy with. I forgot. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I totally forgot what I was going to say, but I have to end the show now. We're even pulled up in the parking lot, so that has to be the end of the show now. So sorry, you're never going to find out what I forgot about saying. So maybe I'll listen back to it, and that will trigger my memory. If so, I'll tell you on the next show. All right then, peace.